Hello and welcome to another edition of the Eternal Journey. I'm Resolves, and today we've got the spiciest meatball I've ever seen, and this is the recurring merchant combo deck. So what this is about mostly is abusing the power redraw system, because we are playing 44 powers here just to increase the likelihood that we've got our combo pieces in our hand. But the combo, what is it? Well, we're going to reduce the cost of a recurring nightmare to 0, and then we're going to get an Iceberg Scattershot into play. We're just going to keep flooping this pig into play until our opponent's dead. This beats Face Aegis, and realistically your opponent needs some sort of fast speed interaction. A lot of the time I've found that your opponents just tap out for whatever random big threat and you're just able to kill them from there. The main downside of this deck is that your opponent will make you play it out. For whatever reason, I've had this combo come off in 4 out of the past games I played with this. My opponent just made me play it out every single time, which was sort of tedious, but I suppose them's the breaks when you're playing this sort of deck. So the main idea here is to get a journey guide, which will reduce the cost of units we draw by 1, which includes those from the market. So the recurring nightmare at that point will only cost 2, and we'll just need the nesting Avisaur to reduce it even further. We can also nest in Avisaur the recurring nightmare from hand, and then we can quarry it, which will reduce its cost by a further 1. So then we'll get the 0 cost recurring nightmare. We've got a bunch of merchants here. Some of them actually capable of beating down as a plan B, but that's not generally where you want to actually be. Well, that gives us access to the market, which just makes our combo a little bit more consistent because we do have one of all the pieces that we really need just to be going off here. I've got all the crests in the world. Not entirely certain what these common causes are for, but I suppose they do work quite well because we've got 20 merchants or something, or 16 merchants, yeah. So 16 merchants, so we've got a good chance to be able to turn this on. Don't worry, it's just a undepleted power, which is perfectly fine. So let's get into the ladder. Not sure how this is going to make out, but let's give it a go. Okay, so we can get the recurring nightmare. We can reduce its cost by 1, but the quarry's not doing too much here. It's got 4 power. I'd like to sort of redraw and find a few amount of that. Well, the current merchant gets us recurring nightmare or quarry actually, so maybe this is okay. I'm going to keep it. I suppose this deck is going to be quite difficult to pilot anyway. Just give it a try so we can actually do. I suppose making the journey guide on turn 2, but just a bunch of Crest to be able to scout power away should hopefully be quite powerful for us. And hopefully this is sort of like a primal carry deck, and then just on 7 when they slam out on a carrier, we're just able to go, yep, kill you. Waystone to the bottom. I suspect that most of these crests are just going to be bottom in power for the most part. Oh, rats. A Granite deck is going to be Scattershot, which means that we're probably dead. Interesting. So we actually get to get all the pieces of the combo. Well, we're still short on the Scattershot. Nesting Avisaur. So if we go for nesting Avisaur, does that make any of this any easier? Not really, no. We do need the Scattershot. Yeah, because the Shadow one can get us... Yeah, because the Shadow Merchant can grab us the Nightmare, and the Genov can grab us the Avisaur. Would a Red Merchant, or just to naturally find the Scattershot here. But if our opponent's playing strategizing their Granite's deck, I'm feeling a lot better because that means this is probably Kennedin's. So hopefully we can just set something up. Just block for free, I guess. I suppose just chuck down a Waystone here. Let's chuck down Waystone. We only need single of anything. Grab the recurring nightmare. This only costs 2. And then when we are able to actually hit this with the Avisaur, we should be doing pretty well. I think next turn might just be double quarry just to try and find our guy. Well, the damage has already been done here. Just block whatever. Just need to reduce the clocking ourselves. A lot of the value of this deck is that our opponent isn't going to have a Scooby-Doo what we're actually up to. So I suppose we'll just take the Crest. I don't know, can't play a Crest here and Quarry. I just want a Quarry, I think. So I suppose we could just get like backup Recurring Nightmare just because it's an actual thing. But we do just want to dig towards either a Fire Merchant or a Scattershot, so we've got 7 of those in our deck. And I suppose we'll Crest first, basically free at this point. Yeah, get out of here, Crest of Impulse. Bit of Granite Waystone, get a nested Avisaur. Got a 3-2 now, which is sort of reasonable against our opponent's board as well. We do get to eat one of these Grenadines for free. Our opponent can do a bunch of powerful stuff though because they are playing the Kennedin's deck. Okay, so Aurelian Merchant cannot get anything that we actually want, and the answer is no, it's just Journey Guide or Amber Waystone, which we don't really need. Let's have a Crest first, see what is on top, and Cobalt Waystone. No thank you there. So if we Avisaur as well, this is going to slow us down by even more. Yes, we basically don't really want to do this quite yet. I think I'm just going to develop like our Recurring Nightmare, just get in there for some damage. I hope now knows what we're up to, but I mean they could have sort of figured it out. Anyway, yeah, so this is quite rough. Play the Real Merchant, and I'm not going to swap anything because I don't think I get anything out of it. I just want the 1/4 body here just to block these 1/1s. Don't forget, stay hydrated. Could be a torch here, but if there is a torch, well, what was it last time? This could just be trying to get tribute. We're trying to play Ken or something, but yeah, torch here is great because we're playing Recurring Nightmare. So a really Merchant again, not quite what we're looking for here. We'll just bosh our opponent for 2, I guess. And I suppose we should really just be playing 2 of them out. But yeah, let's Avisaur here, just get a 0 cost Recurring Nightmare. I'm just going to keep trying to hit him with this one. Might actually just kill him with Recurring Nightmares if they've just like wasted all torches. So this looks like I'm taking 1 because this is trying to get tribute to happen. Yeah, so kind of gets to come down, do some work. But we just get to bosh him for a bunch here. Now we do need to be concerned because now our opponent, if they don't attack with this, they could be able to just like block us by just playing a spell to keep this flying. Even if they had like a removal spell, we'll be able to kill both our Recurring Nightmares that way, which would suck. So is this just our opponent trying to go off again? With tribute, maybe it is. So I'll just block the 5 damage instead just to give us more draw steps. Yeah. Rats. We're 1 off. Well, trade this in for a Scattershot. That's sort of gross. I could have got like the power like last time. It's going to hit our opponent for 2, I guess. This at least will reduce the amount of clicks that we've got left. So if our opponent like taps out for something big again or doesn't kill us this turn, so our opponent should be able to kill us because it's like if they play a spell, then these Kenners should be able to do some work. Okay, so I might have got away with it actually. Come on, just like play a big mullet or something. Granite, okay. What else have we got to play? Assembly line, okay. Okay, so if our opponent doesn't have a torch here, then we get to win. Now I get to see that we have to play this out. So our opponent could just be like a cruel mistress here. Just make us get him down to 1 and then torch this in the last one. This is just something you have to deal with. Okay, so opponent was quite the sport there and actually conceded to it after they'd realised what was going on. But as you can see, my rating has tanked quite a lot because I've been playing with just experiment with this deck and like the Kennedys and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, dropped 1,200 ranks in about a week, which is nice. Okay, so here on the draw against Morcrux. So I think being the draw is probably where we want to be. Okay, so this could potentially get us everything. It's got the older common cards here for. If we actually get the common cards because we need this on fire, we're not able to play it for now. Yeah, it's actually a redraw, that isn't it? Roll. Well, we're gonna have to put some work in here. Okay, good. I probably might play some sort of like slow, dirtly nonsense. So just start cresting, bottom anything that's a power. These crests are just so powerful in like any sort of combo deck. Just really helps you to just dig through. Okay, so that's bad for us. Our opponent can like kill us on turn 4. But yeah, common cards get out of here. I think we're just going to be Gen Merchant in. We can get nearly all the combo because we can get Avisaur and Recurring Nightmare. This is interesting. This might also just like some sort of hero deck that's just like playing this as a thing to push damage with the spells. That's sort of nice. Okay, so this doesn't really matter. We'll just merchant here. I've been this Granite Waystone because I don't think we're going to be using it very much. Get the Recurring Nightmare just to start the party off. But the intention is just going to be to block. Probably can play stuff like Finest Hour, but that's basically like a gain 10 that drew us the card. Okay, so still playing Levitate here. It's sort of interesting. Yeah, it's nice to see that the Levitate nerf hasn't actually impacted any of the decks that are playing Rainbow's Disciple, but it's impacted other decks in sort of unacceptable ways. Because now I think the champion of Cunning, like Ikari, stuff like that, is just so much more powerful. Let's get this. I should have kept that Recurring Nightmare because we can actually turn that into a 0 cost. Well, you know, you live and learn. Did make a mistake there. Should have actually just taken that Recurring Nightmare and then we could have swapped it later on. Yeah, so I guess that sucks. Which I had the combo kill and missed it, so I suppose this deck is just going to be difficult to pilot like that. Read is sort of fine. We take 2 from the dude, but then we're just going to reload with another Gen Merchant. Well, now we get Journey Guide. Okay, so we're forgiven for our misplay. Let's Crest first to see what we are working with exactly. Crest Chaos, no thanks. Also, it's not nice. I think that our opponent might not have much interaction to actually deal with the combo. Maybe Bring Down, but Bring Down just gets worse with Levitate being nerfed. So this is going to take us some time, and should definitely have played this first. We don't need multiple of the Scattershots, so I should be fine here. I am going to sort of surprise our opponent here, though. Just play the Journey Guide next turn, and then the Nest Avisaur after it, so that hopefully our Journey Guide gets to survive. Opponent could kill us here. If they did kill us here, then I don't think our mistake would have made too much of a difference. Okay, well, we've actually got spare merchants now. Let's just grab Justice just to put the Fear of Bob in them. We can actually potentially block with one of these as well and not be too sad because we should still have one, and then hopefully we're just able to kill our opponent next time. In which case, I take back everything I said about Railgun being too strong, but really it is. This card's ridiculous. Block here, can we die from taking 4 damage from this? I think we can. So I'll just do it this way. As long as one of these survives, probably should be fine. Yeah, that's fine. So we might have actually been able to have just died there, so get that going for us. But Valkyrie Enforcer here is not going to do it. Play the power just so we can't misclick. And here we go, we're on the road again to just chipping our opponent out with our Splinter Twin. And this deck perhaps highlights a couple of problems with this game, and that's probably like the redraw and how good merchants are. Because you see we're just able to play like, thanks to our opponent being an excellent spot there, just conceding after they realised that they were dead. But you can sort of see that the redraw is sort of easy to manipulate if you really put your mind to it. So maybe there's a problem going forward, but for now, I enjoy playing sweet decks that are just really powerful combos. Okay, well, Jedi Merchant here is able to fetch us the Recurring Nightmare, but I think the influence is pretty bad and we do need just more pieces to be able to go off. One thing I was saying in the last game about this deck, getting a lot better. I think that once your opponent knows that they should be careful about the turns where they just tap out, probably changes this deck up quite a lot. Because then you need to get to the point where you're actually having to play Disruption to sort of get through it. But here we are playing against perhaps Removal Pile, so. Crest here, just want to find a Fire Merchant just to find the final piece. Because we are here with Nest and Avisaur plus the Journey Guide, should be able to make a 0-cost Nightmare here. Don't actually want to fetch anything from our market quite yet. Just bottom all the things. Okay, so we've got more nesting Avisaurs. I think we're at the point now where we might actually just want to set up our 0-cost. Rats. I completely forgot that we only had that much power. Let's just bosh off this power here. And we'll just grab a nice and cheap Recurring Nightmare. I'll just be able to put that on top next. But that's sort of good that it went that way, because I don't want to lock off our draw step here. So Crest of Chaos can go at the bottom. I do sort of want to play a Nest and Avisaur here just to make this 0-cost just so that. But I do really want to find the combo as well. Well, we get to attack for free, which is sort of a nice feature of this deck that some of the merchants have actually got quite nice stats. Well, let's Avisaur, so now our opponent knows exactly what's going on. I could gamble and do this one just so I've got two cheap ones, but if our opponent just like torch this, then it's being rough shape. I'd just rather have like a guaranteed 0-cost. Another thing you need to work with is that you are at card disadvantage with the Nest and Avisaur, because it is putting a card on top of your deck, and we don't have any like actual raw like card draw to improve that. But we're just going to beat him down for 6. We've actually got the potential that we could kill them before the combo just by like having 6 power in play. I feel like Casual here, is that fine? Yeah, getting our opponent to use our torches is good for us. So they've used a torch. I might play a forecast one of these just as like a body. Our opponent might just like Harsh Rule here. And I'm pretty sure that's what they're up to with like the just pop the Aegis there. That's this is Harsh Rule. Well, in that case, yeah, it's Quarry, great. Brings us a little bit closer. We could just be on like Recurring Nightmare Beatdown, but yeah, so this one costs 2. Yeah, I'm not into it. Let's just get the Crest. We just need to find the Fire Merchant so we're able to combo kill our opponent. Our boys don't get out of here. 3 cost Recurring Nightmare. Go on, give them the business for 1. I'm perhaps a little bit too cautious, and I think there's points where I could actually just play out like both the Recurring Nightmares. I'm just like, what's that opponent going to do? Obviously, the 0-cost one's really valuable to us. Okay, well, we're under an Icaria now, which means that our opponent's both got a threat in play that is like quite powerful, as well as we're on a clock now, but also we can't actually attack with these anymore. We have to do it the old-fashioned way. But we've got time. We've got like probably 2 more attacks we can take from this before the Warcries are just able to put like whatever into play that kills us. Okay, so Granite Waystone is not quite what we're looking for. So we'll play the Avisaur here. We've already got the 0-cost Nightmare, so we're fine. Just gonna play this as like a blocker if our opponent plays a weapon or something. If our opponent's using torches here, this is great for us. Yeah, a lot of times you should just, oh boy, well, we're dead. Just to attack him with this dude. But yeah, I think a lot of time, apart from there, where it's obviously just getting rid of a blocker, opponents seem to just be torching like random things that aren't the Nightmare. I suppose me making a video on this, like for however many people watch it, just makes more people aware of this, or maybe the stack just gets worse by the fact that more people are playing it, which is sort of gross, really. Okay, well, this is sort of nice in that we've got Journey Guide plus Scattershot plus Fire, but we can't actually play any of that but the Journey Guide, and we do need like the other piece of the combo here. So this could just be like one of the stinky hands that we get. Don't mind having like double Scattershot, because this perhaps means that we can actually just kill our opponent like the good old-fashioned way. Nightfall, don't need that, so let's get rid of it. I suppose we're just like going to be fetching a Quarry with our Fire Merchant, just to dig us a little bit deeper. I would actually sort of like to have just some more dig in the deck, but you can't really dilute it just because of how much we're actually just abusing the power system for the redraw. Like working students, fine by me. So I'm just going to use extra Merchant here, just swap this Amber Waystone for a Quarry. I've got like a reasonable blocker here as well. I probably would need power plus like effect to be able to get past us. We're just a block. The opponent's got 3-3, we've got 3-3, we'll trade. I just want to keep our opponent off our back like as long as possible. Okay, well, oh, nice. Well, right, so we actually need this Cobalt. Well, we don't need 2 Iceberg Scattershots, do we? Let's Crest the Mystery first, see what we find. There's a Quarry on top, so we do get to double Quarry. Quarry is probably as good as anything else that's on top. So get the Merchant here, swap out Scattershot, get a recurring Nightmare. And then if we're able to find a Avisaur, we've actually got the combo because we can put recurring Nightmare on top, draw it with the Quarry, although that does require 6 power. Now we've only got 5, but it's something that we can actually work towards. We are keeping our opponent pretty quiet here because we've got 2-1 and a 3-3. Okay, so let's chuck out the first Quarry first, see what we find. More Quarry is probably fine. So a really Merchant will cost 2 here. It'll give us extra power, as well as being able to fetch us the Avisaur. Unfortunately, if we do that, it makes the rest of our hand awkward. So what I think we want to do is, whatever we draw next turn, we're going to Merchant that away. But we're at 25 life. Our opponent's got like a reasonable amount of power in play here, but they've not actually been pressuring us very well. I suppose now they can actually kill or something, but that's not an attack because I've got good blocks for the things they've got on the ground. Yep, I'll trade my 2-1 for your 2-1 because this will keep me alive for a bit. But yeah, a really Merchant just to chuck this out of the way, get our Avisaur, and assuming our opponent doesn't kill us this turn, which is sort of unlikely because we're at 22, we should be able to combo off the turn after. We are taking quite a bit of damage here though. But the Avisaur also blocks like this Valkyrie Enforcer, so that's pretty nice there. So Avisaur, chuck this recurring Nightmare on top. Quarry just to grab it, no, it costs 0. And apart from like Desert Marshal, I don't think there's too much our opponent can actually do to interact with us here. Okay, so they ground in the Avisaur, which is sort of fine. I will just chump block here. Let's do it this way so we actually remove one of their things. And now we get to combo off. We'll play the Crest, just less things in hand for me to click, because it's sort of tedious, because if your opponent makes you go through with the combo, you just want less things in your hand just so that you can just click up. You shouldn't be able to time out, but if you just keep clicking forward, then when it's in your hand, you should be able to get it. I'd probably prefer to play this game on my laptop, just so I can just flick it up because I've got a touch screen. But opponent's going to make us go through with it. Well, for some people, they might just be like, think I'm having fun doing this. I know that sometimes I played some games where an opponent is playing like a combo deck, and I'm just like, yeah, let them have the fun. Yeah, but no, this is actually just tedious. This is like having to do Splinter Twin, like manually creating. I've only got like 17 of them because yeah, might just fast forward these bits like in the video, just like do the Benny Hill music, because I imagine doing this 15 times is going to be not the best CV. Especially like with the voice line that Recurring Nightmare makes. It's just like the epic troll. I suppose some people might just be making you play this out because they think it'll be timing out, but as far as I know, as long as you keep making game actions like that reasonably quick, your time isn't going to go down. So the animation for this is quite slow, well, quite quick actually, so it doesn't take up too much time. So it's not like when you play, I don't know, a New Tomorrow, when you've got a Desert Marshal, not Desert Marshal, Marshal Line 4 in play, and then like you just like rope in all the way through just because the animation takes so long. So it's actually quite quick. Although, as I said before, I probably could just be like the cruelest person ever, and they could just like have the removal spell or the Desert Marshal like when they're at 1 life just to send us a message. But yeah, so this deck is something else. Maybe something needs to be done, but I think probably not, because if you can pressure it and just like hold up torch, it's fine. But yeah, give me the old, it's not garbage, it's glorious, because that's what this deck is glorious. Okay, well here we are against Lord Chunkers, which is quite a username. This sounds garbage, not making the most of the power redraw system here at all. Sand is probably going to be a rough one, actually. Our influence is not the best. I've got to wait for that siren to go. Good, good. Just I'll play the Crest of History. Hopefully that sound isn't being picked up. Excellent. Crest of Chaos. That's all I wanted. Hopefully that sound wasn't picked up too well by a microphone. But if it sounds awful, I might just have had to have muted that sound then. So I'll try not to pick too many game actions, just so you're not losing too much fidelity of the video. Opponent's playing some sort of like strategized, like pre-faction deck, so we could be on for a winner here, because Island's Choice is not the best against us, really. Yeah, Granite Waystone, get out of here. So I do like how all these crests can just be like, yeah, get out of here, get lost. Find the way. Oh yes, are we against like temporal control or something? We've just got like all the time in the world then. We can like combo off in 1 turn then. Because we've got double journey guide, we can just like go ham with these merchants, I suppose. I think I'm just going to grab the Iceberg Scattershot next turn, so we've got it, and then we can Jedi Merchant, play for the Recurring Nightmare. That seems fine, really. If our opponent is playing some sort of like TJP control deck, Island's Favour won't do anything against us because the Recurring Nightmare doesn't actually attack. Well, I'll put my DC here. Okay, so not. So Crest of Wisdom here. Yeah, let's Quarry first to see what we've got. Okay, Extra Merchant's great here. Let's just Crest of Wisdom. Cunning can get out here. Don't need that. We're plenty cunning enough with this combo deck. But the attach costing 2 is pretty nice as well because we can like join it with the journey guides. Unfortunately, like the fire cards we want. Oh, sweet. Let's get Justice just for the full faction, just to put the Fairy God in our opponent. I'm just grabbing a Quarry here though. Next I'm going to grab a nesting Avisaur or Recurring Nightmare, whichever one we've not got. I might need to actually get close to the point where we try and high roll by just like, okay, so we've got the Scattershot, that's great, but that's not what we wanted because we've got the Ixtal Merchant here. So what do we want now? Well, we need nesting Avisaur or Recurring Nightmare, don't we? So chuck our opponent for free here. Let's see what they do. Okay, so let it through. Market doesn't have a Quarry in it anymore, which is sort of sad. So I suppose we'll just wait and see. Yeah, I think we'll just have to wait and see here, just to see what we draw, because we are finding the missing combo piece. But we don't want to just like find the one going, okay, so now we are living the dream. Because we get to Aurelian Merchant here. We don't actually need 2 journey guides, so we can grab the nesting Avisaur here. Crunch them for free. And then now I've actually got it set up, we just need to grab the... We can actually use the journey guide with the Granite Merchant. Yeah, to grab a 2-cost Recurring Nightmare. This deck's got a lot of play to it, actually. This is pretty impressive. So I think because we've got that set up, we can actually Quarry now. Because no longer need to do the Quarry for 6 with the nesting Avisaur. Just grab another Granite Merchant. Just if our combo doesn't work off, just an Aegis Threat is still fine. But if we have like a temporal, then it's very likely we just get to get our opponent dead, and that's going to be pretty sweet. So hash roll here, nice. Our opponent shouldn't have too much in the way of fast speed interaction here. So we can only grab one thing with the Granite Merchant here, which is the Recurring Nightmare. So Granite Merchants are now low value, but I think the Ixtal Merchant is worse. So we'll grab that. Grab the Recurring Nightmare here. Rats. I'd completely missequenced that. Didn't play the journey guide before I grabbed it, even though it said that was what I was going to do. But as we'll see, this deck is quite forgiving. So we will... Do we have any more Recurring Nightmares to get? No, we don't. So I suppose we'll play this just as like a target for our opponent. We'll draw an undepleted land, it's fine. If we draw undepleted power, we get to do the thing anyway with nesting Avisaur this back and then Quarry it back into play. Well, back into our hand. Sword of the Sky Kincaid is sort of fine. That means our opponent's tapped out for some big dude. Yes, so we will... We can't actually do what we want to do here. I think Quarry wants to try and find like undepleted power. Yeah, let's get the Crest. We'll kill our opponent before this sword kills us. It's fine. Doing commentary role-playing game is difficult, so that's all I can say really. What else do we have in here that we can grab? Granite Merchant can just be in play to give our opponent like something else to hit, I suppose, with the sword. Yeah, let's keep our opponent nice and busy here. Don't think our opponent will have any fast speed interactive ways of disrupting the combo when we are actually able to do it. Maybe countering this would do it, but yeah, we've got a 0-cost Nightmare now. It's sort of nice. We've just got like a bunch of free power bodies in the deck. We've just been able to actually pressure this sword, which has been pretty nice. Okay, so I'll probably go for the hash wheel here. Just gonna try and dead us like as soon as possible here. If they've got like citywide ban, that'd be some spicy technology that will be able to give us the business. But maybe, so as I said before, to play the Crest out gives you less things to click in your hand. You can't make as many mistakes there. So you just Scattershot, this hits the opponent. If they've got a fast interactive way of dealing with this, could be in trouble. So maybe like, not Cerso's choice, costs 6. But if they've got a way of interacting with this, we're in trouble. Okay, so Equivocate, so they had it. Well, I suppose that's it, but the Furnace Mage is going to be there. Oh, Jesus. Well, we actually did need the extra Scattershot, which we could have actually got at some point. So, yeah. We've gone out of style. Our opponent has definitely deaded us here. So, that'll teach us. Well, onto the deck tech. So nice how binary the games are. It's just like, did I win? Nope, lost. Okay, so, well, we went on a journey in that game. Well, in that set of games. I believe these came from Brianorwhatevers in the markets busted. The Midmasters pretty early this season with this. The deck's sweet. It's gone under a lot of different iterations. I'm overall impressed with the deck. I think it does highlight an issue perhaps with the redraw system. I mean, basically get to the point now where I think I prefer the hex-like redrawing system where it sort of reduces the 5% of the most power light and the 10% of the most power heavy and sort of build your hands from within them. So something like that could be interesting to come to this game, just to change this redraw system, because this deck is definitely abusing that. We didn't score too well. I think we went 3-2, but we could definitely have won the last game if I'd sequenced better, because I think I could have killed them on the turn where they played the Sword of the Sky King. But, you know, that's just the price of doing business with a difficult deck like this. Yeah, this deck's sweet. Would recommend taking it onto the ladder just because it's fun. The only thing that people probably need to craft is the recurring nightmare, because I'm pretty sure all of us at the point now we've just like got all of the merchants and all of the crests, just because those are the most sort of impactful and important cards from the most recent set. But other than that, I mean, that resolves. This deck is sweet, and I'll see you around.